Hi everyone, this is Michael from Becker Games. If you haven't seen the introduction to the database wizard yet, you should watch that first by clicking on the annotation. Also, if you haven't seen part 1 of this tutorial, then you should watch that first too by clicking on the other annotation. So now that we have database wizard set up with our website, let's have some fun. We can finally add an ASPX file. So we right click, add new item, web form, and click OK. Let's go to the design view and give us some space. You can use Shift-Enter to not create a new paragraph. Now let's add a button to insert data. Let's name the button Button Insert, and let's give it the text Insert. Let's also create a label. Let's call it Label Message. Now double-click the button to create a click event. We need to type using table people. So let's go ahead and create a string name variable and give it the value Mike. Then let's create a time span variable called age. Let's give it the time span of 24 years. Now let's insert the person into the database. The insert statement will return the person that it inserts, which will include the ID of that person. Now let's set the label message.text to be the person has been inserted into the database. Now let's go and save all. Right-click default.aspx, view in browser, and let's click insert. It says that Mike has been inserted into the database, so it worked. So let's close out of the browser. Now let's add a select button. So let's go to default.aspx, design view, and add a new button. Let's call it button select, and let's give it the text of select. Let's double click the button, and let's simply select by name. Now let's test if the person is null or not. If the person is null, then the database could not find anyone with a name of Mike. Now let's save all, right-click default.aspx, view in browser, and click select. It found Mike in the database. Now let's close out of the browser. Now let's do the update statement. So let's go back to default.aspx. Let's add a update button. Let's name it button update. Let's give it the text of update. And let's double click it to create the click event. There are two update methods that we can choose from. There is the full update, which allows us to set every single variable for a record with the given ID. We can also do update to, which will allow us to only update certain variables. Let's do update to. We first must specify the ID of the record that we wish to update. So we type person.var.id_int. Then we can type the ID of the record we wish to update. Since we know Mike has the ID of 1, let's just type 1. Now let's update Mike to have the name of Stan. So we type person.var.name string, comma, Stan. Now let's go ahead and change the select statement to actually select someone with the name of Stan. Let's save all. View in browser, and let's try to select. It says no one exists with that name. Now let's update, so we update Mike to have the name of Stan. Now let's select again, and now it says that Stan exists in the database. Let's close out of the browser, and let's do a simple delete. Let's go back to default.aspx, And let's create a new button. Give it the name of button delete, and give it the text of delete. Let's double click delete button to create the click event, and let's simply say person.delete ID of 1. If we wanted to, we could have selected the person as well and then deleted him by knowing the ID. Let's save all, view in browser, select, delete, and select again. So it successfully deleted Stan. Now close out of the browser and I'll show you how to do some custom queries. Simply go to the generated code and find something similar to what you want to do. So if we want to select by both name and age, we need to find the select by statements. We'd create that select by name and age in the custom code of person.cs. Now we need to go to DB utils and find the select by statements for age and name. So we create our method person select by name and age with the parameters name and age. We can add these CMD parameters name and age, and then we can customize the where clause to whatever we'd like. Let's make it so that name must equal name and age must be at least the age that we provide. Now let's go and save all and go to default.aspx. Let's create a new button. Let's call it button custom select. Let's double click it to create the click event. Let's copy and paste the previous select code, and let's replace select by name to say select by name and age. Now we can provide an age as a minimum to our select statement. We could also provide a null value if we wanted to. So let's type new time span. Let's give it the age of 21 years. Let's change up the message just a little bit. And let's make sure the name says Mike. So let's go ahead and view in browser, insert into database. So Mike has been inserted into the database. Now let's do a custom select. It says that Mike exists in the database. Now let's close out of the browser, and let's make it so that Mike must be at least 28 years old. So let's save, view in browser, and let's do a custom select. It says that no one exists with that name and at least that age, so it worked. Now to show you foreign keys, if I was to close out of Visual Studio, you'll want to close out of DB Wizard and save changes. You'll want to go to Documents, Becker Games, DB Wizard sample, and go into the database XML file. You'll want to open it up with Notepad++ or Notepad, or some other text editing tool. Now let's say that we had another table called customer, and let's say that we had a customer ID linked to the person. So we would just simply create a new variable and name it whatever we want. I'll name it customer ID. Since it's an ID, we can give it a int data type. And we can go ahead and allow nulls, just in case we're not a customer, but we are a person. Just simply add a new field called foreign table. So I'll say foreign table, customers, end foreign table. Notice that you must provide the plural name of the foreign table. Now, in Visual Studio, we could say person.customer, and it will provide us with the customer for that person. This is very, very powerful, especially in debugging your website and getting it up and running as fast as possible. With foreign tables, it will auto-generate relationships, and that is really, really nice. I hope this tutorial helps you to get a website made quickly and easily. If you'd like to download Database Wizard, you can visit beckergames.com. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more awesome stuff from Becker Games. Thanks, and I hope you enjoy.